So in case anyone's wondering, and I'm sure you are, I didn't get into a fight. Not technically. I mean, I got into a fight with a shelf. Inanimate objects are super dangerous, right? Work-related accident, totally bumped my face. This happened 8 days ago. You can kind of see I got cut. It's beautiful. There's like all this lovely green and yellow happening. This was worse and kind of up in my entire waterline area and was totally purple and like this lovely color for a while. So it's getting a little less awful, but I am going to show you how to cover this. That you want to do is put on a good eye cream. Something with caffeine is going to be great if you're swollen. I'm not anymore. I was really, really badly. In case anyone's wondering, that is my mannequin that I work on when I sew. Her name is Ashley. Thanks, John. Awesome. So I have two that I really like. So the Skyn Icelandic Relief Cream. Focusing, no. Not really. Okay, this is what the bottle looks like by Skyn Iceland. And then the Alginist Eye Renewal Balm, and this is like my little sample jar, and the writing is worn off, but that is pretty fantastic as well. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to use the Skyn Iceland because I have more of it. So I'm just taking it on my finger, kind of tapping into the jar. You can kind of see there's not very much on there. You don't need a lot at all. You just want to take it really gently underneath your eye, and I like to go onto my orbital bone too. You don't want to put this too close, like on your lid, because when your body warms it up, it'll start to move down and it'll actually get into your eye and it'll burn. That's with any eye cream. Like, just not fun. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. So ideally you want to let that settle in for a little bit. Just kind of wait until it absorbs into your skin. And the next thing I'm going to be using is the Becca, it's their pink corrector, their under eye corrector. It looks like this. This is one that came in a set that had like a blush and a highlighter in it too, so it's a baby like half-size jar. I'm just going to use my finger with this too. Just make sure that you have clean hands. I do. I washed them before I started this. But you don't want to contaminate your creams because it'll get like super gross. So I'm just taking that on my finger and I'm going to pat just over the darkest areas first. And I am pretty purple underneath here, guys. So you can see it already, like definitely is cutting that nicely. And I have had, and this is pretty common if you do have like bruising on the face, that I have had some trouble with the darkest areas, like the skin is not picking up the product. So you just want to be careful. You know, you are healing, it is an injury. Don't stress your skin too much. Particularly the last couple days, I've had issues with things just generally not adhering in that area because it's so smooth right now. It's almost like when you get a zit and like nothing will hang on to it because there's not really any texture on the skin. So you can see, oh, this lighting is kind of awful. Oh well, we'll work with it. You can kind of see that's already marginally improved, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set that with some translucent powder. You can use like a really finely milled flesh tone powder if you want. I am super pale, so translucent powder, I don't got no problems. Okay, so I'm just picking up, I'm using the Dermablend setting powder. Little baby jar. Just got it in the cap. I'm picking it up on, this is an It Cosmetics Airbrush crease brush. It's an eyeshadow brush. Whatever, you can use it for whatever you want. I'm just going to start in the darkest area. I'm just going to really gently pat it over everywhere else. My eyeball. And there we go. So I'm just going to leave that cap open because I'm going to be setting in between layers. Basically, just you got to color correct and then you just have to layer the shit out of everything. Sorry, I keep like dodging out of frame. Gotta grab stuff. The next thing I'm going to use is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in number 10. Like, just taking this, I'm just going to pop it right on. Again, starting in the darkest area, because the greenish yellow is a lot easier for me to cover with just a regular concealer. This is darker than what I would normally use. And then I'm going to blend that. This is a little mini, this is the, I think it's the Ulta brand one. Comes in a pack of 2. Little like half size blending sponge. I'm just going to pat. It is damp. I did dampen it. Pat all of this. All of that. Okay. In the eyeball. That is fantastic. I know I'm probably making like the weirdest faces right now. We all do it. Let's be real. We all do it. Okay. You can see that is shaping up quite nicely. All of the kind of yellowy and greeny, and even this little, this beautiful scar that I have now, the discoloration is pretty much covered. So now we're just going to focus on this lovely little patch that's kind of starting to just look like I might have a dark circle. We're just going to keep layering. Keep layering. Layering the crap out of it. So I'm going with powder. Grabbing my Dermablend powder again, just in the cap. Same It Cosmetics brush. Set it, and forget it. I don't know if you can like see the powder like puffing up out of the cap on camera. It doesn't look like it, but if you see like little wispies, that's what's happening. Just powder flying everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with the Maybelline concealer again. Just over that lovely purple area that is still just hanging on for dear life. I'm just kind of patting that into the skin. I'm taking it a little bit up into like my little cave area. I like to call it like the cave of darkness. We all have one. But that is also bruised right now. Usually I do have some discoloration. I don't know if you can see on, whoops, oopsie. I don't know if you can see on this side, which is perfectly healthy. There's lots of, you can see a lot of veins in my lids, and I do have like some lavender stuff happening here because I don't really sleep. Hey, coffee, shout out to all the caffeine in life. And then you just want to blend the edges here. And if you go in too much onto the area that, oh, you can't even see it, into the area that is discolored, you're just going to remove that coverage that you just put on. So you just want to try and like stay just on that outer edge as much as possible. And you guys are all basically just seeing me staring at the ceiling right now. That is awesome. Thanks for sticking with this. That is ridiculous. Just rolling my eyes up. That's fantastic. Okay. Blend into that lovely little socket. My little cave. Get rid of the cave. Okay. And now you can't even tell that there is bruising happening there, which is awesome because people assume things whether or not they want to admit it. When you see a woman walking around with a black eye, for guys it's a little different because guys it's almost like a badge of honor type thing, like, oh, you got into a fight at the bar, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, there's not a social stigma surrounding it. So I understand the want to cover if you do have something like this going on, because it just makes it more comfortable for you, so that you're not like walking around feeling like you have to hide something. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of move, because my lighting is moving slightly because I'm using light from the window. Same room, I'm just chilling in my chair. So this is what I look like when I have on a full face of foundation. I use the Tarte Double Duty Foundation in the Fair Light Neutral shade. It's the lightest one that they make. I don't know if you can read that. It comes in a jar. It's pretty awesome. It's great if you're dry. And I am dry, y'all. Okay. I use that and a little bit of the NYX Genius Strobe palette. I think that's what it's called. I use a little bit of the purple one, just kind of chilling right here to make me look less sick. So you can tell that there is more makeup on this side. Beautiful, beautiful bruise side, than on my normal side. If you want to layer up that much on your other side, you absolutely can. I am wiping this off as soon as I'm done. So I was like, boom, finished, the end. I did not powder the last layer. You can, for sure you can. Like I said, I'm dry. Not a big... I don't like setting stuff down. And I feel like the reflection in the light, just from not having it set down, it does help to camouflage a bit better. I don't know if you can kind of see how it just kind of bounces the light back a bit more. I am slightly more yellow under this eye as well, just because I did not, again, I didn't layer up on this side. And that is all I put on my face, except for I did do a little bit of brow gel in my brows because I was feeling like